What if I told you Hollywood held a secret during World War II, one not about scandal or intrigue, but about kindness? It was a secret that saved morale, offering soldiers a place to escape war, even if only for a few hours. Welcome to the story of the Hollywood Canteen, a place where stars set aside their fame to serve those who served us. In 1942, actors Bette Davis and John Garfield noticed something missing. The war was pulling young men away from their homes and sending them into unimaginable horrors. They returned to the U.S. wounded, both physically and emotionally, yet had no place to unwind. So, they decided to create a secret refuge, a space where soldiers could meet their favorite stars, eat good food, and for just a little while, forget the darkness of war. The Hollywood Canteen wasn't a nightclub for the elite. No red carpets or velvet ropes here. It was a simple but magical spot where servicemen could laugh, relax, and talk with the stars they'd only seen on screen. The idea itself was simple, but the commitment behind it? That's where the story gets truly surprising. Bette Davis was no ordinary celebrity philanthropist. She didn't just lend her name to the cause. Every night, without fail, she was there, serving food, chatting with soldiers, even taking out the trash if needed. Some nights, she worked so late that she would simply crash on a couch at the canteen or nap in her car, ready to wake up and do it all again the next day. The grueling schedule didn't seem to bother her. She saw it as her duty, and her dedication became the heartbeat of the entire operation. But Davis wasn't alone. The list of volunteers was as star-studded as any red carpet event. Marlene Dietrich, Rita Hayworth, and Hedy Lamarr all showed up to do their part. Some of them poured drinks. Others danced with the soldiers, laughed at their jokes, and gave them the attention they desperately craved. Behind the scenes, crew members, makeup artists, and costume designers worked quietly to ensure the canteen ran smoothly. It was Hollywood's well-kept secret, but it wasn't just about fun. It was about giving back to the men who were risking everything. There's a secret within this story that few know. Some of these stars, these glamorous figures on the screen, found love at the canteen. Rita Hayworth, for instance, had a quiet romance with a Navy officer she met there. Whispers of secret marriages circled, adding an extra layer of mystery to an already captivating space. But these weren't the only relationships formed. Soldiers who had earned medals or suffered wounds in battle were often given extra care. Bette Davis herself would sometimes seek them out, offering private moments of thanks or a special dance. Yet, for all its joy, the canteen took its toll. The stars who worked behind the bar were often exhausted. John Garfield, one of the founding figures, was balancing the weight of Hollywood stardom with the strain of supporting the war effort. His health began to decline as he stretched himself thin between making movies and running the canteen. But to the soldiers who walked through the doors each night, none of that was visible. All they saw was an oasis, Hollywood's secret gift to them, and the soldiers appreciated every minute. Letters poured in from men who had spent a night at the canteen before heading to the front lines. They thanked Bette Davis and her team for giving them one last night of peace, a few final memories to carry into the chaos. For these men, the canteen wasn't just a place to get a meal. It was a place of hope, a dreamland where, for a moment, war didn't exist. But even in this dreamland, there were hidden stories, and they weren't all glamorous. Marlene Dietrich, famous for her daring performances overseas, would sometimes sneak into the back rooms of the canteen to sing privately for soldiers still shaken by battle. Her public performances might have been toned down for the canteen, but those secret moments meant everything to the soldiers. Perhaps one of the greatest secrets of all was the canteen's inclusivity. In a time when racial segregation was still the norm, the Hollywood Canteen did something extraordinary. It welcomed everyone. African American soldiers, often segregated in public spaces, were treated as equals. Stars like Hattie McDaniel made sure every soldier felt special, regardless of their race. In a world divided by war and prejudice, the canteen was a rare place of unity and respect. As the war ended, the canteen's doors eventually closed. The stars returned to their movie sets, and the soldiers returned to their lives. But the legacy of the Hollywood Canteen didn't end. Bette Davis continued supporting veterans for the rest of her life, attending reunions and receiving letters from soldiers who never forgot what she and her team had done. The canteen wasn't just a temporary escape. It was a symbol of Hollywood's dedication to the war effort, a secret gift that brought light into some of the darkest days. The Hollywood Canteen may no longer exist, but the stories it left behind remind us of the power of kindness and the unexpected ways people can come together in times of need. Behind the glamour and the fame, these stars had a secret. They weren't just actors. They were caretakers, friends, and sometimes even saviors, giving soldiers a chance to feel human again before they returned to the battlefield. And that's a secret worth celebrating.